Hi again. So there is one last element before we put everything together. And you may be a little bit familiar with this. Have you ever heard of the image of a string reaching up from the crown of your head and pulling you up? I had that image too when I was a very young dancer, but once I began to study Pilates, they had another image that I think is even more powerful, and so I've adopted it. Imagine that you have your own personal, very powerful, invisible magnet that hovers over the crown of your head. That is the place in your head that your spine would grow out if it could. Or you can draw a line from underneath your ears to the top of your head, and where that line meets, that's where your magnet is. Now, the joint in our neck is unique in the body. We can do this and we can turn in all directions. Usually when I tell people to lengthen their neck, they do this. That's lifting your chin, it's lengthening the front of your neck, but it's compressing the back of your neck. And we want to lengthen the back of our neck. When we do that, it helps us to lengthen our entire spine. So like I always do with the exaggeration, I'm going to let my posture slump all down. I'm going to imagine that magnet pulling my head up. And then I'm going to talk about the other elements that go into all this lengthening. Do you see how much taller I got? Let me try that again. Now, if you watch the other videos, you notice that on the inhale portion, I was lengthening. And this time, I didn't lengthen until the exhale portion. The fact of the matter is, you can lengthen whether you inhale or whether you exhale. Trying it these different ways when you're in the early stages of learning how all this should feel, it helps to break it down and try it sometimes on the inhale and sometimes on the exhale. Let's put them all together now. So we are going to inhale from between our legs. We're going to cinch up and pull up the pelvic floor and the rectus abdominis, which starts the process of lengthening the torso. Immediately, that invisible magnet catches on and it works as well. At the same time, when we exhale, we are going to be pulling the belly button back to our spine and across from hip to hip, and also allowing the shoulder blades to slide down in that V, the breastbone to point down toward the pubic bone, and the ribs to close. Now, I realize that all feels a little bit overwhelming at first, trying to put everything together. But let's just try all those things at once and just see how that feels, and then we can break it down again. For exaggeration purposes, I'm letting my posture slump. Once more. I don't know if you noticed that time, I lengthened a little bit while I inhaled, and then I continued and I lengthened some more as I exhaled. So you can try a couple of elements together at a time, and you can piece whichever ones you want together at a time. I would suggest that you try practicing the breathing and one other element, the breathing and a different element, the breathing and a third element. And then maybe try putting your breathing and a couple of elements together. Try putting your breathing and the abdominals together. Try putting your breathing and the shoulder blades and the ribs together. And then try putting it all together again. And once you feel comfortable doing it at home, try practicing it as you are out running your errands. And just see, even as you're walking around, can you maintain this more upright posture? Can you catch yourself when you are slumping and you're not maintaining such upright and correct posture? Because that awareness will help you a great deal. And once you put all these things together, like I said, your posture will be awesome. And once you start adding these elements into your exercise program, you're going to turbocharge whatever it is you're doing. As always, Let me know in the comments section how you like the videos, or if you have any questions, or let me know how helpful they were. Thanks.